All right, class, I'm back. Sorry about that. I had a visitor. Anyway, going back to this, we are using this equation. A equals P1 plus R over N to the NT power. What we don't know is P, and we don't know is R. We know everything else. So we can use these two pieces of information to find the two pieces of information we don't have. This is a little bit tricky. All right, I was kind of surprised to see it on here. So how do we do this? Well, we can plug in T equals 3 and put A equal to 2080.80. Okay, equals P, the unknown, times 1 plus the R we don't know. Now remember, N is 1, so we don't even have to have the N there. It's just R. To the NT power, so that's to the third power. So we have two pieces of information. All right? Now the second piece of information says that in 6 years, you have 2437.99. That still equals P, which we don't know, 1 plus R to the 6th power. All right? We still don't know what R is, nor P, but we can do this. We can divide and take 2437.94 divided by 2080.80 equals, okay, it would be P 1 plus R to the 6th power over P 1 plus R to the 3rd power. The P's divide out, and you have 1 plus R to the 3rd equaling that ratio. That ratio of this ratio right here is just a number, and you calculate it. On my calculator, it's 2437.94 divided by 2080.80. You get a decimal of 1.716. And that's going to equal, now when you divide, you subtract the exponents, and that's going to equal 1 plus R to the 3rd power. Now we can take the cube root, and we get 1 plus R equals the cube root of 1.716. And the cube root of 1.716 is equal to 1.054. Okay, subtract 1 and you get R equals 0.054. Now we have the interest rate, R. We can plug that in, and now we can solve for P. I'll just go ahead and plug it into this equation. Again, this is a challenging question. This is probably the most challenging on this test. So when you plug in R, you come up with an equation that looks like 2080.80 equals P to the 1.054 to the 3rd power. This is just a number. And if we raise that to the 3rd power, where is it? Right there. We get 1.1716 times P is equal to this number. So if we divide 2080.80 by 1.716, you get P to be $1,212.59. So putting all that together, again, this is a challenging question. Putting all this together, we get A equals 121.2.59 times 1.054 to the T power. And that would be the equation. It's challenging. And I'm sorry about it, but do your best. It's the most challenging. Question 6 is probably the most challenging question. So I hope you follow that. If not, see me in office hours on Wednesday. All right. Number 7, graph the logarithmic function and find the key features listed below. First thing is you want to find the asymptote. It's whatever makes x plus 2 equal to 0. So x equals negative 2. So we put a vertical asymptote at negative 2. Okay. It's a little crooked, but so am I. The domain is x is going to be greater than negative 2. And the range is going to be all real numbers. So what you want to do, that is too crooked. So let me do it again. Bada bing, bada boom. And snap it. There we go. All right. So I'm going to go 1 to the right. Negative 1. That's going to be log. This is the 0 point. Okay. At x equals negative 1. So that gives us y equals log base 2 of 1 minus 1, which equals negative 1. Because log base 2 of 1, log base anything of 1 is 0. So we got 0 minus 1 is negative 1. So when x is negative 1, the graph passes through negative 1. Now we pretty much know what's going on. We can also go over... no, we already did that. So you can pretty much guess what's going to go on. We're going to have a graph that looks like that. And you'll get full credit for that. It matches everything. All right? Question number 8, write the equation in vertex form. You can actually write this in vertex form and intercept form. So I'm going to do both because it's all pretty easy. Vertex form is y equals a, which we got to figure out, x plus 3, because this is the vertex, minus 4. And so there you go. There's the vertex form. We just got to figure out what a is. So I'm going to use the point negative 2, 0, since that's on the graph. So we got 0 equals a, negative 2 plus 3. Oh, that's supposed to be squared. Sorry. Don't make that mistake on the test. That equals a minus 4 is 0. A equals 4. So vertex form is going to be y equals 4 x plus 3 squared minus 4. And since we figured out a, we can now figure out, and we can just write out what the intercept form is, because we have the two intercepts. It's going to be the same a, because it's the same for all, x plus 4, x plus 2. And so this is vertex, and this is actually intercept. You'll probably be asked for both on the test. Okay? Write the equation in intercept form. Now it's from a table of values. So you look, and you see the two intercepts where y is 0 right here. So you can write out y equals a, x plus 2, x minus 0, which is just x. So you can say a is x times x plus 2. All right, all we got to do is figure out what a is. So you can choose any point. I'm going to choose x equals 1. All right, so negative 9 equals a times 1 plus 2 is 3. So we end up with 3a equals negative 9, a equals negative 3. Plugging that in, we have the intercept form of the equation. And it's right there. Okay? Write the equation of a quadratic with a vertex, boom, and they tell you the y-intercept 26. Remember, when they give you a point where they say the y-intercept, then that's an ordered pair, 0, 26. You got to remember that. So write the equation in vertex form, y equals a, x minus 4 squared minus 6. So plug in 0 for x, 26 for y, and we get this. Okay, add 6, you get 32 equals 16, because negative 4 squared is 16a. Divide, you get a equals 2. So putting it all together, you get y equals 2, x minus 4 squared minus 6. Okay. All right, let's see, how much more do we have? Oh my gosh, I'm insane for giving you this much. Okay, I'll finish this page and stop again because I'm probably going to have a class coming in. And so this is probably be in 3 parts. Okay, it says graph the quadratic function and find the key features listed below. This is vertex form, so you should easily write down what the vertex is. Remember, your x's are liars. So you know at negative 2, 4 is the vertex. You also know it's a sad graph because a is negative. The axis of symmetry is easy once you have the vertex, just x equals negative 2. And so we can graph this. Here's my axis of symmetry. Boom, 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 boom. You got to make the noise when you do this. Okay. And then if we go over 1 from the vertex, 1 squared is 1. Multiplied by negative 2, we have to go down 2. So we are right here. And it's on equal distance on either side of the axis of symmetry. If we go over 1, 2, 2 squared is 4 times 2 is 8. We go down 8. So here's 4. That's 4. We'll be here at negative 4. Okay. I don't think if we go over 3 it'll fit, but let's see. 1, 2, 3. 3 squared is 9 times 2 is 18. No, we can only go down 14. So that's all we got. And we just go boom. We make a nice little curve. All right. Now, writing the equation in general form just means multiplying everything out. So remember, x plus 2 squared is just x plus 2, x plus 2. And then we have this plus 4 on the outside there. So distributing twice, you can draw a box if you need to. You get x squared plus 4x plus 4. Again, it's x times x is x squared. X times 2 is 2x. 2x, 4. So 2x and 2x is 4x. And that's where that came from. Plus the 4 on the outside. Don't forget that, or you lose a point. So we got negative 2x squared minus 8x, just distributing into negative 2, minus 8, plus 4, putting it all together, combining like terms. Bada bing, bada boom, Bob's your uncle. Yes, Bob is your uncle. You get negative 2x squared minus 8x minus 4. And that would be the equation of number 11, and this is general form. Don't worry, you're going to have a page of equations, so you'll know when I say general form, you'll know what it's asking for. All right, question, and that's it on this page. So I'll pause here and start over on the third video.